Welcome to Drink Wine Be Crafty. I'm Megan. Today I am actually fixing an error that was brought to my attention. I did a video, which was one of my first videos, on how to make a loop yarn pillow, and it was brought to my attention that the very end of the video was cut out. So this is going to be part 2 of how to make a loop yarn pillow. At this point, you have already seen that how to make this part. You need 2 of these. If you have seen part 1, then you have finished your 3 rows of 64, and so this video I will show you how to join the 2 sides together. So to join these 2 pieces together, we're going to start, find where the tails are, because the 2 loops that are connected to each tail on each side is going to be where you put your first connecting loop in. And right now I need to cut out the loops on this to just make it a straight tail. So I'm going to do that real quick and come back and show you guys how to do the rest. I want the border of my pillow to be the white color yarn, so I have at least 64 loops on this. I think it's a little bit longer than that, but this is going to be the piece that I use to join the 2 sides together. And to join them, grab the ones with the tail on each side, and put the first loop through both. So that's putting it through each side of the pillow, and then go to the next loop and do the same thing. And then once you have your first 2, what you're going to do is take the loop that's in my right hand, I'm going to put it through that first loop, and that makes a chain. So we're going to go all the way around the pillow, joining it together this way. But once we get halfway through, could be a little bit over halfway through, we're going to put the pillow insert in. So you don't want to completely close it. You need enough to fill it with the insert, or if you want to put stuffing, actually stuffing wouldn't work on this one. The holes are a little too big. So you'll need a pillow insert. And that is going to be, it's actually really simple, but it's so easy to accidentally skip loops. So I recommend just, double checking as you go, making sure you haven't missed a loop on either side. And also, this is going to be the front of my pillow, because the chain is going to show up on this side. On the other side, you'll see the back part of the white. So whatever side you put your loop into, that's going to be the back, and then the front will be on the opposite side. Okay, so we're going to do this until we get to where we have to put our pillow insert in. One thing you need to do before you completely sew up your pillow, it's actually easy if you just, once you've done a few of the chains of the border, is go back, lay the pillow open where you can see the wrong side, and tie the tail just in a knot. Tie it really tight in a couple of knots, and be sure to trim the tail, and you can try to sew it in, but definitely want to deal with these before you get to the end of the pillow. And now I've gotten about halfway through with my border, and I need to put my pillow insert in. The only insert I have is this one that my girls weren't using in their room anymore, so sorry about the pattern. I did not have a white one. But it fits perfectly, so it'll work for this particular video. But yeah, just fit it in the best you can. It's okay if while you're doing the rest of your border, you're stretching it out and the pillow isn't in there perfectly, because you can fix it once you have finished the rest of the border. So get your insert in there, and then continue with making the border just the way I showed you before. Put each side together, putting the chains in, and it's definitely going to be a little stretched out at this point, but it will get better as you go. Okay, we've made it all the way around. We have 3 more chains to go. And this, to me, I think that this was the trickiest part, just trying to figure out how to finish and tie off the rope without it being too noticeable. I do think that it's not noticeable the way that I do it, but it's not completely seamless. So what we're going to do here, we've gotten to the end. You can see there's a pretty big hole still here. So we want to close that up, and we want to tie our yarn off so it's, won't open back up. And what I'm going to do, first thing I need to do is to cut these loops out, because I'm going to end up having it stretch across. So let me cut a few of these loops out here, actually all the loops, and make my tail a little bit shorter. Okay, and so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this last loop, I'm going to actually cut it so it's just a straight tail, and we're going to go into this first loop. You could go into the first or the second, whatever you think closes the gap. I think probably would have been better if I went into the second loop, but it does work with the way I did it here. Just go straight in there and pull it as tight as I can to close that. And then you're going to flip over the pillow, and you're going to take your tail, and we're going to sew it in just by going across the hole. So take this, go on the other side, put it through this loop. I don't know if you can see exactly, but I'm in the top loop, and it blends in with the rope in the back. And then at this point I'm just going to tie a knot with these two tails that are still here. And it's really no exact science. You just want to make sure it's secure, hide the knots. I put it right behind that, and then I'm actually going to do another one just to be sure that it's nice and tight. And then once you do that, you can trim your tail off. I just completely cut it off once I have a really good knot there and the hole is closed up. And now this time, for real, we have the finished product of this loop yarn pillow. This is a great gift project. Christmas is coming, and this one you can knock out really quickly, and I think that it looks awesome. I have had a hard time finding this particular yarn again. I bought it at Michael's before. I think they had it at Joann's as well, but haven't been able to find it. Luckily I still had some, so I was able to show you guys the part that was left out. But remember to come back and like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.